Hello, hello everybody. Welcome into Rock Painting 101. If you're catching the replay, thanks for watching everybody. I am still in my Halloween mood and today we're going to be making this fun, adorable little bat. So I've got a little rock. He doesn't sit quite looking up at the screen very well. Oh, there's another guy sneaking in frame. We are constantly adding to our Halloween landing page. So if you haven't gone on the site Rock Painting 101 recently, you can head there and see all of our Halloween rocks that we've done so far. And we've got a few more that we're adding to the bunch. You can get sneak peeks and things like that. So somebody had asked if there was a cute little bat on the way, and I told them I was thinking about it, and sure enough, so I sat down and got to work on him. So we're going to break him down, show you how easy that this guy is to create. We're going to start by blocking out your shapes a little bit, and then we're going to get going. This rock doesn't want to lay completely flat, but we're going to make it work just fine here. I'm going to move him up and out of the way into the corner here. Hi Shirley, hi Veronica. So what we're going to start by doing is you're going to get the wingspan of your rock. This is just how you can kind of place your bat. So we're just going to go straight across with a little bit of a tip at the top of his wing. Go straight across and kind of arch it back. So you have how wide your bat's going to be able to be. You can also bring these down just a little bit just to kind of get you started, okay? Next, what we need to do is add on his head. So you're going to go right around in the middle of your wingspan here. And we're just going to block out these shapes right now. Don't worry about it being perfect. And we're going to place our head on here. He's kind of cartoony, so you don't have to worry about, you know, dimensions and things being perfect. So we're just going to put our circle there, and then we're also going to add our little triangle ears right on top. And they kind of curl out a little bit. It helps them hear better. There we go, like so. Now we're going to add our body on here, which is just going to be a U shape, like that. And then we're going to finish up our wings. Now to make your wings, you're just going to add a little peak on the top here, and then come back down. And then we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side, a little peak up and back down. And then the underside, we're going to do the same. We're going to make a peak downward and then back up. And you just kind of want to try to get it similar, close, as far as like how far down you droop. But you can always add along the outlines of these edges when you're all said and done to even them out if you feel like it's a little bit off. I also am going to go on here and I'm going to make the outline of my eye shapes like so. There's no sense of coloring that part in black just to try to color over it with white. Now if you go over your line a little bit, that's okay because you will be able to touch it up. So we're just going to add those on there like that. Now I'm going to grab a bigger pen just for filling them in so you don't have to sit and watch me filling forever. Amazon gave us the ability to make little mini categories on our shops. So today I was able to put a link where I'm just showing the supplies I'm using today, so you don't have to go searching around on the website. You can just go right over to the shop and check out the pens, and I just listed the multi-pack and then the fine tip black, because if you're doing this with paints, you might still want to have a fine tip black when it's all said and done. So we're just going to go along here and fill it in. I'm using the 3M to fill it in. Try to get better about saying what size I'm using. I get a lot of questions about that in the comments. But really you could use whatever you've got to fill in up to the edges. And you can go in with a extra fine point and clean up edges when you're done. We're going to go around these eyes just to save us time and layers of white later. And on our ears. All right, so we've got our basic shape. Now the eyes look a little wonky now, and that's okay because we're gonna fix those with the white here in a little bit. Now, a little tip that I like to say, now sometimes drawing two perfectly shaped eyes can be difficult. And so if you intentionally make them a little bit lopsided, it just gives it that extra cute factor to it, and then you don't have to worry. You know, obviously my right eye here is smaller than the left eye, but it looks like it's on purpose because technically it was, because I knew I was gonna go back and forth, and that just gets frustrating. So while the inside of this is drying, I'm gonna go with my extra fine and just kind of clean up some of these edges really quick, even out my ears, and clean up, and you can make sure that your wings come to nice points, things like that, while that layer is drying. Because I don't want to get any black mixed in with my white when I'm putting my eyes on, like so. And ears aren't quite even here. I might make his head come up a little bit. I feel like they kind of got away from me. So you can kind of move around and make any corrections that you need to. There we go. Round out his body a little bit more. Okay, and see, I can tell right around the eye area there we're getting dry. So I'm going to use my white. You know, go in and add the whites of my eyes here. So we're going to have to layer those a little bit. So we'll start with that. So I always start in the center and fill out to the edge. And that way you can kind of round it off. Like so. Those actually ended up pretty even, but like I said before, if they don't look even, make one noticeably bigger. And I'm gonna do that just because I think it looks really cute. So I'm gonna go in here and make this one a little bit bigger. And I don't know if any of you have little ones or grandkids, but my inspiration for this bat was Vampirina, the cartoon, when she goes batty. My daughter loves that show. So that was my little inspiration for this guy. So while that layer of eyes is going dry, we're gonna add on our little smile. I've got my extra fine tip here. Just, you know, add your smile in. It's gonna end up a little bit thicker sometimes. I don't know why, my red is a little bit thinner. Maybe I should have shaken it up more. It flows really fast. So I put the smile on, that way it has plenty of time to dry, and then I'm gonna go in with my black and kind of clean it up a little bit. I think I've used maybe my red too many times on dangles. Maybe it's wearing out the tip a little bit. But we're gonna let that go ahead and get that layer dry. And then I'll show you how you can kind of clean that up if you have that happen. And let's see here, my whites are looking pretty good. So obviously, if you're at home, let your layers dry a little bit more in between. You know, I like to keep moving here on these videos. I'm just going to add the pupils in now. Bats have nice big pupils. I suggest to kind of dab them in at first. You'll be less likely to pick up your paint underneath if you do that. Just kind of dab up and down. So we're going to fill up a good amount of that white with the pupil. Helps them see at night. Just like so. And then we'll round those out a little bit better with our pointier tip. There we go. And that red's still drying a little bit. While we're waiting for that to dry, I'm going to add on our little fangs here right off the edge. Well, I might clean up from the bottom. Take that back. This is the best about live. Sandy, yes, I have, I didn't replace any of my extra fine tips. I did a swap once. I used a color that I didn't have to do a lot of fine lines with because I'm cheap like that, I guess. I traded my brown extra fine tip for my black one, just rinsed it out really well. And that let me keep my black a little bit longer, which was nice. And we're just gonna take off some of that red just to thin out his mouth just a little bit. There we go, much better. But that's one way that you can avoid replacing them. And then that tip lasted me long enough until I had to replace. So yes, if you're painting directly on your rocks, they can be a little bit rough on your tips. I always say, try to use a really light hand. The paint wants to go on that rock. You usually don't have to press too hard. There's this one little indent here that I can see a little bit of rock there. Just going to touch up a little bit here and there. There we go. Still not in love with his ear. This doesn't look quite right to me, so I might fiddle with that a little bit more. All right, so our blacks are drying, our pupils here. If you need to go in and round them off a little bit with your more fine tip, go for it. And we're gonna do the same thing with the teeth. It's kind of hard to get a really super tiny tooth like this. So if you take your white, just do the best that you can to kind of get them on the edge, little triangles, and then you can take your black and go in and really get them to a point once those are dry. And then we can also go in and add our little highlight to our eye here. So we're gonna go right in the upper corner. We're gonna attach the highlight into the white. And again, you wanna dab with your white. Wait, just in case your black is a little bit wet, you're not gonna wipe it into your white. Just like that. Okay. Maybe it's because his wings look short to me. There's something just a little bit off with him. Let's see here. Maybe he got a little bit fatter. Maybe that's what it is. I feel like his wings maybe need to just be a little bit wider, so maybe we'll go and do that. This is the joy of live, everybody. You get to watch my indecisiveness, and you can see, like, sometimes if you don't like how something's looking, kind of take a peek at it, see what you can do to make it more what you want it to look like. I'm just going to extend these wings just a little bit. We're still waiting for those teeth to dry. I think that looks a little bit better. There we go. Just play around with it. There. And then you could take your black and can really draw lines to get those teeth nice and pointy. There we go. And that's it. He's done. There we go. So we're going to add him to my Halloween bunch, and I've got all of them lined up here, you guys. And on the supply page, I did actually link to, I bought myself some Duraclear. I'm going to scroll this up. You guys can see all the Halloween rocks I've got here. I bought myself some of this Duraclear. It's a brush on. Now, I usually link to the Krylon spray paint because I do a lot of rocks at once, but I have found, I've got this on my desk because I've been testing sealers. This one is very nice if you need a brush on for whatever reason, if you don't want to be able to spray outside. So I do have that linked on the supply page today as well. Just let your rocks dry completely before you go at it. So here's all the Halloween rocks. I hope you guys head over to the page. You can check them all out, or stay tuned. A few of them I have not done yet. So thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you all soon. Bye.